said that in The Wizard of Oz. The Pirates would like to say it, but haven't been able to, losing the first two games at PNC after the long road trip. Meanwhile, the Reds have won just 19 games on the road this season, and 5 of those have been in Pittsburgh. The good news is the Reds leave town tonight. The bad news is they'll be back in a month.
Tonight, the Pirates trying to clear the slate of this sluggish homestand and win a game against the Cincinnati Reds. They'll entertain them tonight here at PNC Park. And it's a beautiful night for baseball. They're filing in and trying to see the Buccos take a victory from these Redlegs here tonight. And welcome into the booth. Joe Block and Steve Blass with you here this evening. Yeah, it has been a tough go of it for the Pirates against these Reds so far this season. And you wouldn't think of it because, the Reds are down in the basement in the division. But you were saying something, Steve, a little bit earlier when we were talking about how, this is not about the Reds. It's more about how the Pirates have played against the Reds.
Exactly. I'm tired of hearing what a struggling team the Cincinnati Reds are. The Pittsburgh Pirates are a struggling team, and it's time we really address that. Take a look at these charts. It's almost double in each category. Reds against the Pirates. Batting average almost double, or at least 100 points over, all the way down that chart. They are all playing the Pittsburgh Pirates. And why is that? People are perplexed. And how can this be happening? Well, you know what? We're not playing very well right now, and we're not hitting at all. And it's obvious. You can say the Reds are catching the Pirates when they're down. Well, yeah, I guess they are. But we've got to do something other than hit singles. We've got to start knocking the ball around the ballpark and scoring some runs. I think that, I don't know if it'll solve everything, but it'll be a step in the right direction.
And you always say that pitching beats good hitting, and we'll see if that holds true tonight. Chad Kuhl coming off a pretty good month.
Yeah, he's been progressing. He's a young major league starter now. He's learning his way along. He's doing better work against left-hand batters. So he's been fine. I think the pitching has not been spectacular like it was earlier, but with some offensive support, we could have won several of these ball games. So I think it's not so much the pitching. I think we've got to score more runs.
And they'll see if they can get Chad Kuhl some run support tonight. Clint Hurdle talking about how Kuhl just need him to keep improving as the season goes on. He's been doing that. Pirates look to improve tonight against the Cincinnati Reds. Coming up next right here on AT&T Sportsnet.
TNT Sportsnet is brought to you by Allegheny Health Network, the largest health system rated #1 in the region for all the things that matter most. And by Kenny Ross Subaru, total confidence pricing. Let's go Bucks!
Ivan Nova getting the eye black. He's ready. They're getting locked in for tonight's action.
I hope we don't need him tonight.
Chad Kuhl will get the start for the Pirates in a tribute to the military here on every home Thursday. Desert Digital Camouflage. And Kuhl, as we detailed, has been pitching better, and we'll talk about it as we go on, but both the lefties and righties improving and being a little bit more efficient as we go along. This Reds lineup can hit the ball out of the ballpark as we've seen in this series. Billy Hamilton atop the order, then Jesse Winker, a home run in each game. Joey Votto and Adam Duvall very dangerous in the middle. Scooter Gennett bats fifth. Eugenio Suarez, then Jose Peraza, Tucker Barnhart, and Sal Romano round out the order. Same eight for Brian Price all 3 games of the series.
Yeah, why would he change?
So far, so good.
Chad Kuhl making start number 22. And yeah, he's progressing. He's a young pitcher that's learning as he goes along. As we said, last time out against the Padres, worked into the 6th inning, gave up a couple runs on 4 hits. So you know, some bumps in the road, some growing pains, but I think he's done a good job. And again, I'll repeat what we said in the open. We need to score some runs because some of this pitching is good enough to win ball games. We see charts where after the Pirates score 4 runs, they've done well. But we've got to get those runs going.
Let's look at our Rivers Casino tips to win for tonight, Steve. What you got?
Well, first of all, Billy Hamilton, we need him to go 0 for 4. Keep him off the base pass. He just disrupts everything. And hot Bucks outfield bats. The 3 guys in the outfield, Marte, McCutchen, Polanco, they're the guys that have to carry the water. Let's get down to cases here. They get their bats going, it changes everything. And so you got the 3 guys out there you want. Well, let's see him cash in. That could make a huge difference.
Marte a little slow out of the gate since returning. Polanco was hot before the injury. McCutchen's been the best hitter in the league over the last couple of months. Need the supporting cast.
Yeah, and by the way, Chad Kuhl, very quietly, has a very impressive fastball. You know, a lot of people don't give him as much credit, I think, as he deserves. He gets to home plate in a hurry.
And that has kind of changed as the season goes on. You know, trying to kind of be a sinker baller, and then Pirates just said, okay, let it go when they saw this velocity start to.
Yeah, 96 miles an hour. Nothing wrong with that.
Trying to keep Hamilton off base to start. One of those tips. 44 steals. That leads the league. So, you know, a walk or a little dribbler base hit usually turns into 2, maybe even 3 bases. And he's down on strikes.
Billy is saying that ball is down into the dirt. Todd Tichenor, home plate umpire, says no, you've got to go. There's the way you want to start a ball game. Strike out the leadoff man.
Gets a chase.
Well, you get chases when you're out in front in the count. He's 1 and 2.
91-mile-per-hour slider. And that is Todd Tichenor. His is the only vote that counts on that swing. Nick Lentz over at first tonight. Will Little is the umpire at second base. There's the crew chief, Bill Miller. And Jesse Winker. And Miller last night working plate. And a lot of pitchers were happy. A lot of hitters were not. And
what's wrong with that, Joe?
Yeah. Well, yeah, and, you know, Clint Hurdle was talking about it. That's some of the beauty of the game. Right, with knowing each umpire and kind of some tendencies. Well,
and the thing is, as a pitcher, you've got to find out the umpire's strike zone because it's not yours, it's his.
2 quick outs for Chad Kuhl. And Winker retired. And the Honda defense for the Pirates behind Chad Kuhl tonight. And Adam Frazier back at second base. No Josh Harrison in the starting lineup again tonight. Mercer joins him in the middle with Freese and Bell on the corners. Marte, McCutchen, and Polanco in the outfield. Chris Stewart also catching back-to-back games now. First time he started 2 in a row since June.
Hard to see him with a chest protector like that and the camouflage. Who is that? Oh, yeah, there's a person.
Who is that masked man?
That's Chris Stewart.
Don't have any word on why Cervelli has not started either the last 2 days. Very late lineup issued by the Pirates today. Now Joey Votto with the bases clear. There's Clint Hurdle. And having to wait on Harrison. See, he did pinch hit yesterday, so that's good news.
You know, we talk about strike zones for various umpires. Bill Miller, been around a long time, 18 years. But as a pitcher, as soon as you possibly can, find out where his strike zone is and play to it. If he's going to give you pitches outside, work it. Be smart enough, be perceptive enough to pick it up and work it as long as you can.
That's what Trevor Williams tried to do last night, especially with those pitches low. He likes to work that lower third of the zone, and Williams was attacking that last night.
There he is.
5 1/3 for him. One of the 2 runs, an inherited run that came in and scored.
Yeah, I mean that's good enough to win. We're not hitting. And when we hit singles. So, got to stop.
Pirates' 4th lowest runs per game overall this season.
Well, we'll get to their offense too, but take a look at the last 7 games the Pirates have played. 18 runs. That's right around a little more than 2 runs a game. That doesn't get it. Doesn't get it.
And you look at this.
And you look at the opponents.
Yeah.
ERAs over 8.5, 7.5. Come on. It's not perplexing. People say, I don't understand why the Reds are winning. Well, there it is.
And there will be those nights, but it's become a theme, and that's more to your point. I mean, you're always going to have a night where maybe it doesn't go your way against it.
But when it evolves into weeks.
Right. That's the difference. So, and they'll try their hand against a rookie tonight who has had some command issues. Just as we said about the guy last night too. But he
and the night before.
Well. Yeah. There's one of Votto's customary hits. A fastball at 99. And a 7-pitch at bat for Votto.
Yeah, when you choke up like this, you're much more able to get quick with the bat. I think. I don't know that much about hitting, but look at that. That gets through there 99 miles an hour, and he turns and pulls it. That's good hitting, and that's a good approach, and not a bad thing for young hitters to look at.
Yeah, and Votto's not a slap hitter. Yeah, he's hit 27 home runs already. So I mean, he chokes up even when the at bat starts. Not quite as much, but still.
And so did Mr. Bonds. Choke up a little bit.
All-time home run leader. Now Adam Duvall, whose 2-run home run last night gave the Reds a 3-run lead instead of 1 in the 9th inning. 24 of those. This inning started with 2 quick outs.
One thing about a guy like Chad Kuhl, who is evolving into a guy that throws more 4-seamers, more those riding fastballs, is that you don't want to get to the point where you're throwing 96 or 97. Okay, let's see if I can throw 100. If I throw 100, let's see if I can throw 100 too. So he's got it's controlled aggression, I guess, is what you would want to apply to your fastball. Keep it under control. Keep throwing hard like that, 97 miles an hour.
And hit the mitt.
Yeah.
Because even if you do make a mistake in the zone, yeah, there's hitters that are going to hit it. But because of that stuff, you probably get away with a little bit more, right?
It still is about keeping the pitch out of the hitting zone, making pitches. It's so simple a high percentage of the time that that's an explanation why you get beat up. You're in the hitting zone, whether you're throwing at 86 or 96. You got to make pitches. Why did he get beat up tonight? He didn't make the pitches he wanted to. Didn't throw the ball where he wanted to. Jameson Taillon is not throwing the ball where he wants to right now. That'll change.
He's shown a lot of consistency in that department, especially prior to the last couple starts. 3-1 to a dangerous hitter in Duvall. And the force. So just a 2-out single. That's it for the Reds. And now the Pirates get their chance here in the first. with the regatta coming to town. Already folks are getting set up along the North Shore for that. And a look at the RAV4 lineup for the Buccos tonight. Starling Marte back atop the order with Frazier and McCutchen in front of Josh Bell. 10 RBIs in his last 11 games. Freese and Polanco 5 at 6. Mercer, Stewart, and then Chad Kuhl.
Yeah, everybody loves the cannonball along with a home run. Yeah, cannonball coming.
She's even got the shirt that matches. She really wants to see some home runs tonight.
Sal Romano, 23-year-old right-hander out of Syosset, New York. 6'5", 270. He's big enough. 23rd round draft choice back in 2011. He is 2-2 with a 4.57 ERA. Has had control issues. Not there.
Some cheese right off the bat from Romano. Okay, got it out of the way.
Yep. Yeah, Romano cheese.
Yeah,
I got it.
That's it. There's a base hit to start, and there you go, Steve. You want to see the outfielders contribute offensively.
Yep.
And that's a good start. Also, a guy who's spent a lot of time in the outfield this year at second base tonight. Adam Frazier has been an offensive contributor. As we look at our Barrel Automotive League leaders, the batting averages since the All-Star break, Adam Frazier #2 in the National League, hitting at .415. Went 0 for 3 last night, but hit the ball hard his first 2 times up. And after a long dry spell, which was preceded by a very long hot spell, he's back to being the Adam Frazier that we've seen. And that's a base hit. Marte with some wheels, going to try for third, and he'll get in as that throw soars all the way to the backstop. Marte is in, Frazier to third, and the Pirates have an early run.
There's joy in Pittsburgh on the North Shore. Well,
already some excitement.
Here's how it starts. Slaps it past Suarez, and the show begins. Marte with the play in front of him. Well, there's no issue because that ball's going to roll for a while. It's like a hockey puck going around the boards. And Adam Duvall catches an absolute flyer from left field. And it's just a stroll as Marte has the whole thing in front of him. Adam Frazier at third base. And what a spark. A little bit of a lightning bolt, thanks to Mr. Duvall and Mr. Romano.
So it's a single for Frazier and an error on the throw, allowing Marte to score. And McCutchen with a man at third and nobody out. So just like that, Nova's rally towel and eye black.
Yeah, he was ready. He was preparing. Yeah. Looked like he was going out to play left field before the anthem there with all the stuff under his eyes.
McCutchen so good this season.
Well, you know, we need a game like this, and if you win a game like this 15-1, that's fine. And it doesn't cure everything, but it makes everybody feel good for a while. And you need that good feeling because it has not been a good feeling recently.
Pirates' first lead of the series.
Yep. That's right. Yeah, first 2 games, 3 runs.
And
3
it doesn't
runs.
have to be a 1-run inning here. Nobody out, runner at third. McCutchen this year with runners in scoring position, been best on the team, one of the best in all of the National League, hitting at .357. Just shy of his career best in that department, so continue to be good in all phases. Hey, Cole, welcome to the party. Marte with a base hit to start, and then testing Duvall's arm out there in left.
Yeah, and you know, it's a little risky. You don't want to run into the first out at third base, but well, everything worked.
Yeah, maybe you know, Marte with his speed might be the guy to try to do that, and ended up yielding a run.
Yeah, and he had the whole play in front of him, so he figured his chances, percentages were good.
Frazier coming home, and he will score. And give McCutchen his 67th RBI. The Pirates have 2 here in the first. Well, they've cashed in both those singles. Still time to start something else here against the Reds. And Duvall, who's made that error here. Billy Hamilton in center. He leads the league in outfield assists. Jesse Winker out there has made some good plays out and right in the series. Suarez, Peraza, Jeanette, and Votto around the horn. There's the rookie Winker. Tucker Barnhart does the catching. And a very good young defensive catcher.
You think we can get through the series without saying Harry Winkler in right field?
Henry Winkler, the old the actor. Fonz?
Yeah, the Fonz, yeah.
Winker.
Noel. He's an impressive young player in this series. He's been very good.
If you could give him a grade so far, what would it be?
A plus.
A.
Yeah, A. Yeah, there you go. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah. A. Yep. Happy days. Is it Happy Days? Was that it? Yeah.
It's always happy days working with you, Steve.
Hey.
Now Josh Bell to try to start it anew. 19 home runs for the rookie. So far 2 thumbs up for this inning. A couple of runs across. Votto saying he'll take it. And Chad Kuhl with a couple of runs already. So
yep. And a tidy top of the first as he got on the other side of Hamilton, survived the Votto base hit. So far so good on the North Shore.
Pirates trying to avoid being swept for the second series here at home against the Reds, who have won 8 of the first 9. But you know, every time something kind of goes in one stretch or another, it usually goes back the other way at some point, and maybe tonight will be that time where the Pirates get back to what we just saw a week and a half ago, and that was a torrid stretch where the Pirates were really clicking in all cylinders.
And that's the thing. They were so hot. You don't want to give all that back at once. You know, you're never going to stay that hot forever. It's not going to happen. So you back off a little bit. You give a little bit of it back, but you don't want to give it all back at once. And that's what's happened. And that's what's happened.
Now the Pirates have lost 8 of 10 now.
So it frustrates everybody. Everybody's a little bit on edge, and that's what happens when you're struggling. Nobody likes it.
Well, the Cubs have come back to take a lead in a game where they were trailing late. And Milwaukee a winner today, so tough to keep pace when well, most of the teams first of all when you got 3 teams ahead of you, and secondly when well, they've been winning quite a bit.
If the Brewers win, you want them to win against St. Louis.
Right. And at least one team gets knocked out. Well, start something here with 2 outs. 3rd hit of the inning. Freese with a 2-out RBI hit yesterday tied things up.
So I mentioned it's been frustrating with just singles, but if you get 30 of them, you'll be all right.
Our Allegheny Health Network Supermo gives you those vivid images. Yeah, the extra base hits. You know, the Pirates, except for the Giants, the fewest home runs. If not, of course, with the absence of Jung Ho Kang this year, that took a lot of the extra base power, and then with Marte being suspended, he was the #2 guy returning in terms of slugging percentage from last year. Now, of course, McCutchen, the way that he's performed this year, top guy in that department. But you get what I'm saying is you have 2 of your top extra base type guys, which until a few weeks ago you missed most of them for most of the year. So you get one of them back in Marte, but he is yet to swing the stick like he did last year. And Polanco, who we just saw starting to emerge really for the first stretch of prolonged, really good success at the plate. Then he gets hurt with the hamstring. He's back now for the second game. But if he can get reminiscent of what he was doing in July, well, then now you've got, like you said, those outfielders are among the best hitters, if not the best hitters in the lineup. And the other guys can complement. I mean, looking at this lineup, you just think, Freese and others, this is not a team that you would think would be in the bottom 4 or 5 in baseball in runs scored. You'd think they would be better. Not the 27 Yankees, but you'd think they would be better. And there's still time for that. Yeah, that's Polanco's numbers in the last 13 games. I remember that predates the DL stint. Barnhart with a clear path. Pirates pick up 2 in the first. Chad Kuhl with some early run support.
Inning, they lead 2-0 over Cincinnati here at PNC Park. I'm Robbie. It's Mikowski. Well, last night was our Pirates Charities Night here on AT&T Sports Night, and to say it was a smashing success would be an understatement. Records were set in terms of money raised and also the amount of bags sold. Over $975,000 was raised, the highest ever for a Pirates Charity Night, and the most bags were ever sold, 3,158 in total. And the primary beneficiaries are the 4 local cancer support groups, as we see some shots from a fantastic night last night, Joe. Big thanks also go out to Greg Brown as well, who emceed the pregame ceremonies and helped drive it, Rob King, producer Craig McConnell, the rest of the gang, and also thanks to everyone who took part and purchased bags and made donations otherwise. A fantastic night, and I know everyone is proud of what they were able to accomplish.
Thank you, Robbie, for sharing that. In thinking about all the folks that have been affected by cancer, and there are so many. I mean, just about everybody, either themselves or someone that they know and love. Just thankful for all the support from everybody with last night, and the stories that we were hearing before the game really touch us. A friend of mine was here last night too, and so it's a wonderful night, and I'm just glad it went so well.
Yeah, they sold a lot of backpacks. Very emotional before the game. Those people that were lined up on the third base line telling their stories, see the look on their faces, a lot of emotions, and it was strong. It was very strong.
And it was emotional for Trevor Williams, who started yesterday's game. His father, Richard, right now very good to tell you that he's been progressing, and there's Trevor. He was diagnosed with lymphoma last year and has been in remission since December. So at one point he was stage 4, and they thought he only had months to live, and he is right now cancer free. So I mean, everybody that has a story like that, it just overwhelms you. And not everybody has that story, but you hope that more and more will, thanks to all the funds that were raised yesterday, little by little. Cool after the strikeout to Jeanette as Eugenio Suarez.
Cool has never faced the Cincinnati Reds, and I always get the question, who has the advantage there, the pitcher or the opposing team trying to hit? I think the pitcher has the advantage because hitters have to react. Pitchers initiate. So they've got to plan what they're trying to do, and the hitters have to try to keep up with that. So I still have that feeling.
Well, even though the pitcher is technically on defense, they're really on offense, right? Against the hitter, because they're determining what.
Well, yeah, they initiate. It all starts with them, and they know what they're doing. The hitter doesn't know what they're doing yet until the ball starts heading toward them. And that's why a lot of us became pitchers. Couldn't hit.
Those who can hit will, right? Or do.
Mm-hmm.
And Cool operating velocity wise in the upper 90s with consistency, as he has most of his recent starts. Now here's a thought. You see that W.B. Mason strike zone there, the kind of the term spray command comes to mind, and can that be effective for a guy that throws hard? You know, where the hitter can't really look in one spot sometimes.
Yeah, and again, whether you're throwing 80 or 90, you move it around, and then you change speeds like that. You pull the string, get away from 97. You got them out in front a little bit. You make contact, but you don't have much left.
Well, like you did in the first, a couple of outs to start the inning. That's always a good night.
Yeah, especially for your dentist.
Yeah, it is dentist night here tonight.
It is?
Yeah.
Is it dentist? I thought that was last homestand.
No, that's tonight. They're
okay.
A group of dentists are here tonight, so we'll see that and just get excited for the next next visit.
I hope my folks from well, that's right, dentist. I was looking at the
dentists, not people named Dennis.
Yeah,
yeah.
I think,
although there may be a few here tonight.
I got it confused with the eyeglass people, the
optometrists.
That was last homestand. So Doc Haspel and the group, hope you're here.
Out toward right center, and McCutchen hauls it in on the run. He went a long way to snare that one, robbing Peraza of extra bases. Long run, and the third out for the Buccos, who still lead 2-0.
Yeah,
maybe
and
3.
this is a case of Andrew not quitting on the play. Blanco was never going to be involved, and Andrew just stayed with it. Just kept running, closing, reaching, and he gets to it. Nice play. Pitchers love to see the outfielders finish the commitment.
That's the only unhappy guy right there.
Oh.
So now the Pirates look to add to their 2-run lead. Bottom third of the order.
No, nothing wrong with the speed of Mr. Romano either. The big man, as we said, 6'5", 270. Get it to home plate in a hurry. Throwing a nice slider that last delivery. And another one, nicely done.
See if he can field his position. Oh, he threw a strike over there too.
Yep, the big man bouncing around because as a right-hander, we all know he kind of follows through toward first base. He's got to stop that follow through and come back and wind up making a good play.
Hey, tomorrow we've got our second fan jam of the year here at PNC Park. The Bucks hosting the Padres at 7:05. After the game, the legendary band Chicago taking the field and playing all their greatest hits. Plus, you can watch the show from the field with the purchase of a field pass. So go to pirates.com/fanjam and get your tickets to see Chicago when San Diego comes to town here in Pittsburgh.
A lot of good songs. Chicago started out as the Chicago Transit Authority.
Oh, is that
the name.
it?
Yep, became Chicago. Saturday in the park, 25 or 6 to 4. It's got a whole songbook full of Chicago stuff. They were the leaders of kind of introducing a lot of brass into the group. A lot of horns.
So you'll be sticking around for sure tomorrow night.
Absolutely, I will be here.
I love how that has become popularized around baseball. We see some of those post-game concerts, and what a great idea too, because then you got a built-in crowd for the band. And
seen a lot of them over the years. Beach Boys have been around to some of the ballparks. Saw them in Cincinnati way back in the day. I'm waiting for Jethro Tull.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to get Jethro Tull in here. Locomotive Breath and Cross-Eyed Mary. Yep.
I'll talk to the Pirates brass.
I do annually, and they look at me like I got 3 heads. Ian Anderson, one of the great flute players in the world, the leader of that band.
You know your music, Steve.
Oh, the old rock and roll stuff. Yep. Not as much as Tim Tobacco. Our PA announcer is the best.
He's also an organist too. Yeah.
Yep.
Quite musically inclined.
Oh, Tim Tobacco is unbelievably talented.
I can't even read notes.
Well, they don't have pictures. They could at least give us pictures of some of these notes.
Cool, an 058 career hitter. Ooh, got into that one. But it hangs up there long enough for Hamilton. And that's that for the Pirates in the second. The Pirates with a 2-0 lead.
happened in the fountains at PPG Place. The Ice Bucket Challenge took over America a couple of years ago. Well, earlier today, this was a modified version of that in downtown Pittsburgh. It was Pirates president Frank Coonelly took part in the ALS CEO Challenge, which saw him get drenched by the fountains, joined by other business leaders whose employees raise funds. They all joined Frank as well. Now, the goal of this event is to encourage companies in and around Pittsburgh to raise money for the ALS Association's Western PA chapter. The ALS Association is the only organization leading the fight to discover a cure for ALS from all angles. And Steve, I know you had a chance to MC that event. Pretty cool and unique to see all those CEOs getting soaked in suits and everything.
Yeah, absolutely. It was great fun, Robbie. We raised over $50,000 this afternoon, and it's the CEO Soak. And you might have noticed a young lady, 15 years old, her and her buddy raised $15,000 themselves in honor of their grandparents who suffered from ALS. And it was a great afternoon. A lot of the CEOs around Pittsburgh took part in it. And it's really good. The connection between baseball and ALS, of course, Lou Gehrig disease, as it's called. It's not a disease; it's a sentence. And so we're hoping that the money raised can help do the research and provide care for those people. A great day, great turnout by the corporate people in Pittsburgh.
Worthy cause, and last night, of course, our attention focused on cancer research as well, and one of our Point Park social media and Instagram of Trevor Williams signing a big card for Pirates Charities on Stand Up for Cancer Night in honor of his dad Richard, who again had been diagnosed with lymphoma last year, and so far since December, glad to report in remission. So here, Barnhart in scoring position with one out after the successful sacrifice by Romano. Everybody loves Sal for that.
Everybody loves Raymond, one of my favorite sitcoms. The great writing in that show.
And a wife named Deb, so how can Pittsburgh get around that, right?
Yep.
Wedding I was at over the weekend, every woman between the ages of 50 and 60 was named Deb. Literally every woman.
Yeah.
So. How did my mom-in-law, Deb?
Yeah, it was Deborah or Deborah,
yeah,
as they spell
some
it.
version of it. Yeah. Pittsburgh dad, all of them. Hamilton 0 for 1. And it looks like we're going to be halfway there, Steve, to the goal of keeping him over.
Yep.
Keep that speed off the bases. I was talking to Felipe Rivero before the game about Hamilton being on aboard last night, and even in the ninth inning, trailing by a run, he's coming in. He still has to pay attention to Billy Hamilton, and it's even for a guy of the caliber of Rivero, there is still some distraction that he causes.
Yeah, and it's a funny thing because you get Rivero, and you almost get to the point where it's, all right, let him run. I've got to concentrate on this hitter.
Yeah.
But he's there. He's just there.
Now Barnhart aboard for Winker. He's got some family and friends in from Niagara Falls, where he grew up. Moved to Florida when he was 7, but still very much in communication with his family from there. And in fact, it just come from a trip to Buffalo when he was with AAA Louisville, so he had just seen everybody and gets called up, and they don't have to go much farther to see him play in the big leagues again.
Yeah, well, the man on second, let's just get him over a barrel and get this inning over with.
Yeah, the honeymoon's over.
In between hop.
Frazier stays with it.
All's well that ends well.
Leadoff single left on, and the Pirates and Chad Kuhl lead 2-0. And look at our Allegheny Health Network injury update. Scott Schebler, one of the outfielders for the Reds, strained left shoulder, who has already hit 23 home runs this year. Shouldn't require surgery, but back in Cincinnati to be examined by team doctors, and still going to be out at least the next couple 3 weeks. So they called up Winker, and Schebler, who's had a noticeable first full season. Remnants of something good to eat. So back to the top of the order, which was quite productive to begin the Bucks first. Marte singling, and then with that speed pressing the issue, trying to get to third, ended up scoring on an errant throw. Scoring from first on a single, in essence. Adam Duvall with 8 outfield assists, but
fourth error.
And that's the thing that, you know, Marte, no matter how he hits, the Pirates just, you know, just does not have a dynamic speedster like Marte. In fact, few teams do. This is one of the rare matchups where you see one on each team. Defensively, offensively, running the bases. He forces the opponent's hand.
You know, one of the things I miss that you don't see anymore when you come early to the ballpark is outfielders throwing during infield practice, and just there's nothing going on, just airing it out, and you get a real indication of strength.
He airs it out there, and Marte hitting the wall on a line.
That was a vapor trail. Back of that baseball, that was a line drive that Billy Hamilton, with his great speed and ability to go back, just turned around and was looking for the bounce. This ball got out there in a hurry. He gets all of that ball. Just the only thing that was missing is height, and that ball's still going. That's as solid a contact as you can get.
And a perfect spot for a hitter. And it bounces right back to Hamilton. Hitting right on the top of that padding. Just beneath the fencing out there. So Marte 2 for 2 tonight. A leadoff double with that kind of speed. Frazier with a hit his first time. Rare bunt attempt.
So we're getting there on the tips. So far, Billy Hamilton 0 for 2. Marte doing his share. Andrew knocking in a run. Come on, Gregory, join the party.
Yeah, wanting the outfield to be more productive offensively. Defensively, they have been too on that catch McCutchen made.
Those are the guys that have the most offensive potential. Let's just be honest about that. The other guy's capable, but you look at what these guys can do. Marte, McCutchen.
And McCutchen certainly, he's been the best hitter in the National League since it got hot after that Atlanta series. Leading in batting average, on base, and slugging, all 3 slash categories. And Frazier's been hot since the All-Star break, coming in .415 since the midpoint, and with a base hit already, that's gone up.
Just have to point out that Mr. Romano is a graduate of Southington, Connecticut High School. I used to pitch against Southington.
Oh, was that in the league?
Joe Fontana and his son John, great baseball people from Southington High School.
Frazier down on strikes.
Joe Montana's pretty good too.
Yeah. From around here.
Yeah, he didn't go to Southington High School.
And speaking of kids in the area who might turn out to be pretty good, Andrew McCutchen trying to teach them how to play some ball today. Over at Shaler High, the annual camp that Andrew McCutchen has, a pro camp day for kids, and he worked them hard and let them have some fun, and taught them a thing or two about leadership, playing the game. Best advice: always have fun. There's her first game. And the best part about all that is either keep kids loving the game or get them to love the game, because that's how we all started here. We were kids. We loved the game of baseball.
Yeah, I wonder if Andrew knows that phrase that Willie Stargell used to always say. You know, the umpires don't say work ball, they say play ball.
Yeah, that's a great point.
Pops had that.
Well, he has had a lot more fun playing, certainly. You can just tell body language, smiling, the
bounce in the step.
Yeah.
Yep.
Every now and then having some fun. Got a speedy man at second. And in a favorable count of 2-0.
Get a Pirate win tonight. What a great way to kick off what we hope will be a great weekend for the city of Pittsburgh in and around the rivers at the ballpark.
That'll move Marte up.
That's a great reaction. You got to have that feel. You can't take time to think. You either go or you don't go. He has that kind of reaction, that kind of awareness. This ball doesn't get that far away.
As soon as it's heading for the dirt, very alert. Marte pouncing.
Maybe another cheap RBI for Andrew.
Infield will come in. Got the green light.
He wanted to pick up the RBI, the home run, the 2 RBIs.
We've seen Romano miss over the plate on a few occasions tonight. And on 3-0, you figure he's going to challenge the hitter. Will he do it again on 3-1?
Keep slicing. That's it.
That drops in. Marte is in. RBI single, Andrew McCutchen. 3-0 Pirates.
Gets the RBI and doesn't cost the Pirates an out. Little flare that kept slicing away from Hamilton. Winker was not able to get to it. Didn't get all of it, but got enough to drop it in.
Well, he's had a chance to drive in a run both times tonight, and he's done it.
You don't have to knock the cover off the ball. All about placement.
Now Bell with a man on. That sneaks through. McCutchen will have to stop at second. Josh Bell with his first hit tonight.
Yeah, and that ball, if it's not hit that hard, they got a chance to get to it, but it had enough steam on it to get through. Ground ball just past the pitcher, but just hit just hard enough to find the outfield grass. Barnhart wants to talk to his pitcher.
So 2 on with 1 out. Sal Romano making his 6th major league start. David Freese with a base hit his first time. Pirates with 6 hits, already more than they had in last night's ball game.
You get an idea what the Reds are trying to do against David Freese, and he has that reputation for going to the opposite field. So from right center field, Adam Duvall is the only one that is protecting that pasture, that acreage out there, and there's a lot of it.
He's about 85 feet off the line, too. He's trying to cheat over some.
Give you perspective how much room there is across the way from the ball to the foul line down the left field corner. There's a bunch of it. They know that David likes to push the ball to the opposite field. Or up the middle.
And that gets through. And McCutchen heading home. He's going to score. David Freese drives him in. 4-0 Pirates.
Maybe we will get those 30 singles tonight.
Well, you bunch them together. Just keep that line moving. And when the Pirates offense has been good, that's really how they've generated offense on most nights. It's got to be the shoes.
Very stylish, yet understated, as he makes his way around and scores. Black and gold. Trucking on in.
That's our Allegheny Health Network Supermo. So David Freese 2 for 2 tonight. Pirate bench feeling a little bit more upbeat.
Well, when the game started, before the game started, I was looking at Sal Romano and the control issues because 22 innings, 17 walks. So maybe there was a reason he wasn't throwing the ball over the plate, because he's been throwing over the plate and the Pirates been hitting it.
Yeah, more on the fatter part of that plate. Some Polanco fans in the house tonight. Some handmade signs, nicely done.
You got a pitcher back on his heels a little bit. Well, to see Gregory run into something right now, you could just knock this thing wide open.
2 on, 1 out.
Over the shoulder of Marte, looking at Polanco.
Started the inning with a double.
And a ringing double. I mean, that was a rocket.
Almost punctured the fence. And now some activity. Tim Adelman, who has just been moved into the Reds bullpen, had been pitching out of the rotation. So they're starting to loosen. Freese with 2 hits. Bell in front of him. Got underneath it.
And out in front of it.
Infield fly rule called on that. Polanco has popped out twice tonight. Adelman trying to turn the gears a little bit. Remember, working out of the rotation for the most part, so it might take him a while to get loose anyway.
We see him start a game in May. I was on one road trip this year, going from Miami up to Cincinnati. Okay.
Now Jordy Mercer. He's been good with runners in scoring position this year. 314 number in those clutch situations. A couple of home runs as well. High and deep, and Hamilton able to haul it in. But the Pirates pick up a couple of more, and we're through 3 tonight with the Pirates leading 4-0. 20 or more home runs, tied for most of any player at his age, just a tender 25. Cody Bellinger, the rookie of the Dodgers, already 30 home runs, just the 10th National League rookie to do that. And Michael Fulmer for Detroit hits the DL today. Right elbow concern for him. He's been a good one for the Tigers, who will be coming in here next week. A little Chuck Woolery 2-2 series coming up between here and the Motor City. And here in Pittsburgh, a gorgeous night. David Freese, a couple of hits. It's off to a good start. Marte with 2 hits tonight, leading off innings. And Andrew McCutchen, a pair of runs batted in.
This is kind of what we were hoping for when the Reds came to town. We found out very quickly. You assume nothing.
Well, the Reds have played the Pirates well this year. My favorite time of night.
Get that reflection off that building.
Depending on the time of year, different spots. Joey Votto has one of the 2 Reds hits, both singles.
Cool dude. Yep, so far, yeah, he's always a cool dude. He's cooler some nights than others. Maybe a borderline call there, but evens the count.
Our WB Mason strike zone. Votto leads the league in walks. 79 times he's taken a free pass. First one issued by Cool tonight. And look at the lowdown. Milwaukee beating the Cardinals in a tight one. Raining in Chicago. Cubs were down 4 late. Came back to take a lead. Diamondbacks have come back to tie that affair. West Coast action tonight. Adam Duvall.
Photo op for the Parrot. He was over at PPG place today, involved in the CEO soak. What kind of backdoor slider action as Cool started that breaking ball in off the plate, in on Duvall, but broke in at the last minute to pick up the corner. It's a good pitch. It's a fun pitch, but it's a risky pitch. A breaking ball from a right-hand pitcher to a right-hand batter. You start it inside. It's a dangerous thing if you don't get it in far enough, but many times that right-hand hitter will give up thinking it's going to stay inside off the plate, and they'll take it. You get a lot of takes with a kind of a backdoor slider inside from a righty to a righty. It can be an effective pitch, but make sure it's far enough inside. If it misses, miss inside, not over the plate.
Trying to go away.
It's also a great pitch, a 2-strike pitch against the left-hand batter too. That slider out away that they think is going to stay out there, and that comes back in and nips that outside corner to a left-hand batter. It can be an effective pitch. More dangerous to a righty than a lefty.
Cool's 0-2 off the end of the bat. He picks up a base hit.
I'll tell you, this guy is a good baseball player. This Duvall took a pretty good pitch there and just was able to get enough on it to lift it over Jordy Mercer's head. Take a look at the location. He just is able to reach out, turn it back around, get himself a knock.
Was an all-star last year. Having a representative season again this year. So this is the most traffic that Cool has endured so far. 2 on, nobody out. Scooter Gennett talked about Cool's prowess against left-handed batters. As the season has worn on, he has taken what had been a weakness and really made it a strength for him.
And starts him out with a nice off-speed pitch. Good delivery, not giving it away. Good arm speed, and had Scooter way out in front. Jeanette, by the way, is hit into 8 double plays. That would fit nicely here. A nice pitch delivered by Chad there. Start off the at bat. You want to go in. Stays out away, but gets away with it. 0-2.
And Chad Kuhl, after completing the month of July, you look at the OPS against lefties, and very high early. And in July, now look at that. Now he's doing very well against left-handed batters. That's a big difference, and the overall numbers.
That's more confidence that he can go in there. That's like breaking scar tissue to go inside.
So there, he gets him to strike out.
Yep, and that's all as a result to get out in front. 0-2.
So he struck out Jeanette twice tonight, who is one of the better power hitters against right-handed pitching in the National League.
Never thought you'd say that about Scooter Jeanette, did you? So.
He's thinking fastball, right?
Yeah, that's he'll tell you didn't guess, he was just anticipating.
Oh.
Yeah, they hate the word guess.
Educated guess.
But I'm guessing that he was guessing.
And Kuhl has struck out 3 Reds tonight. Suarez worked an 8-pitch at bat, but popped out his first time around. Seeing more sliders from Kuhl tonight. Looks like that's been an effective pitch for him.
Yeah. Here's the real double play candidate. A dozen. He leads the team in that category. That's 98 miles an hour in a perfect spot. That's a pitcher's pitch right there.
There's some greats right there.
The Rubber Band Man and the Cobra.
Got a really great feature on Dave Parker. It's been airing, if you've caught it.
I did see those jerseys last night from a former neighbor of ours, Blass and Justy, old style uniforms. From Joey Valentino and his mom, neighbors out in the South Hills. Thanks, folks. Dave and I hooked up a few times. We were roommates. You always take good care. I'd get room service for Dave. You know, take care of your closer. Call down, order it. Not coffee, just tea. That's where you want to send the food up.
I'll tell you, for me, it's been great to meet some of these guys over the last couple of years.
Very strong alumni group. That's, yeah, good folks that have cared enough to stay in the community and be involved. We just finished our alumni golf tournament. Raised a lot of money for personal things that we're personally involved in. That's always good.
Deep, but he got underneath it.
Almost got it. Almost still carrying, but didn't quite get enough.
And no advance by either runner. Let's check in on our day automotive. This day in Pirates history. Speaking of that era, back in '75, the Pirates sweeping a doubleheader from the Mets. And Bob Apodaca was in his 5th inning of relief.
Apodaca.
Allowed a home run to Duffy Dyer, and then Ramon Hernandez, Dave Justy, Kent Tekulve, combining for 8 2/3 shutout innings of relief. 5 by Justy, and Candyman winning, going the distance in the nightcap back in '75.
Doubleheader wins.
Don't see as many doubleheaders these days. Only pretty much if it rains or it gets colded out or something in April.
Well, Dave was involved with that doubleheader win when we shut down Forbes Field. He got one of the wins the last
against
day.
The Cubs, right?
Against the Cubs, yep. Won both games. Jimmy Nelson got the other win. Dave Justy, a great Pirate reliever. Started out his career as a starter with the Houston Astros. spent some time in purgatory with the St. Louis Cardinals and then came over to the Pirates.
Was he a Padre briefly, I think, for a minute?
He was on a Padre baseball bubblegum card, but never played for him.
Oh, really? Okay, because I've got a card of him with the Padres on it.
Yeah.
That's why. That's
transition. Yeah, it's a collector's item, really.
Chad Kuhl with 21 pitches here in the fourth. That's the most he's thrown in an inning tonight. And still ahead of Peraza. Kevin Shackelford starting to get up.
Dave was a good starter with the Astros and then came over to the Cardinals for 1 year and then came to the Pirates. Chuck Hartenstein was the closer, and Dave was kind of in the bullpen, but it evolved very, very quickly that he became the closer, and what a career he had finishing up games for the Pirates.
That one will twist foul.
Had the palm ball, the great palm ball, great off-speed pitch.
That's something we don't see the palm ball very much these days.
No.
I remember Joe Baver threw one.
Dave had a good one. In the 71 postseason, Dave pitched 10 scoreless innings.
Hey, there's Brendan Roach, who's celebrating birthday number 4, and sisters Ella and Lily here today. Whole Roach family here today. Kevin Roach, video coordinator. Good man and a great family, and everybody celebrating here tonight. And Chad Kuhl, after getting 2 men on and nobody out, strikes out a pair and gets out of it. 2. It's my birthday.
For the Toyota all-wheel drive RAV4 inning. Toyota, what drives you?
It's been a good night all around here for the Buccos, leading 4-0 as they come to bat here in the bottom of the 4th. Very glad you got us tuned in tonight.
So far, so good.
Chris Stewart will start things.
Chris probably like to have that fastball back. It's kind of upstairs, out over the plate. Guys like to extend their arms. That sometimes can result on something good to right center field, the opposite field, but not this time.
Leadoff man gone here in the Pirates' 4th.
Chad Kuhl almost got this ball out of the ballpark his last at bat. Billy Hamilton going way back, making a spectacular catch. Not really, but he did get it to the outfield.
Well, he drove it.
He hit it decent, yeah.
I'm sure that counts in some sort of pitchers' points of some sort. They all have bragging rights back in the clubhouse.
Yeah, I'm not so sure that would have been high on the meter, but he did make solid contact.
Get a quarter of a point for that or something.
Yeah.
Garrett Cole probably going to take the crown again this year.
Takes his hitting very seriously.
That one a little easier for the Reds to take care of. And you come on out here to PNC Park for a free shirt Saturday this weekend as the Padres come into town. Saturday night, 7:05. The first 20,000 fans take home a Pirates t-shirt. That's thanks to Peoples. And before the game, there's a block party on Federal Street. Got alumni autographs and a line in Kugel Bar. So get your tickets. Pirates.com/free shirt Saturday. Come on out of here tonight. Come on back. Marte 2 for 2, 2 runs scored.
Halfway to the cycle. Got the single and double.
And he's one of the guys that can get the triple.
Yep. Good breaking ball by Romano right there. Yep. He's got the speed to get the tough part of the cycle.
Although it has gone against the norm, I guess, this year. The Pirates have 3 guys that are tied for the team lead in triples. One hanging up there long enough.
A little breeze carrying that, and he didn't miss all that much.
By the way, that's Bell, Cervelli. No, I got it mixed up.
Time. Summertime is ours to ride.
That's good brother Earl, who'll be our featured performer this week on Friday Night Rocks. Join us as the Bucks take on the Padres tomorrow night. You can hear more from good brother Earl and some of the best bands in the burg on Friday Night Rocks, presented by IC Life.
Baseballs. You know, by the way, we got word that somebody's relative went to see a Jethro Tull concert recently and said it was fabulous.
Oh, okay. There you go. I hope both teams have fun. There's a good sports are winners, right?
We're going to pump you up. Look.
Was that Canseco? Wow,
those guys from Saturday Night Live.
Yeah. Hans and Franz?
Yeah, Hans and Franz. Very stylish outfits, by the way. Yeah.
Yeah. Help them remember the night. Good luck to the Minnesota Vikings this year, right?
Greg Johnson, our traveling secretary's favorite team.
He'll like that. Yeah. I like what Chad Gould's doing tonight.
He's on a roll.
Struck out 5 Reds. Crossing the plate. And they hook on the inner edge. Todd Tishner, the arbiter of the evening. Well, both teams aren't having as much fun. Just one tonight so far. Sal Romano will swing away. He's 0 for 5 as a big leaguer. Right-handed pitcher, but a left-handed batter. We've got some Point Park tweets. One for you, Steve.
There are so many Jethro Tull fans, and you know, that Aqualung album they did was filled with good songs.
Saw him back at the Igloo in '78.
Yep. I saw Jethro at the Peterson Center.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nice venue. More recently, I presume.
Yep. Ian Anderson jumping around the stage, playing the flute, leaping gnome, just all over the place. A lot of good songs on the Aqualung album. That could be Aqualung right there. Well, no, that's not Aqualung. No, that's a good-looking man right there. The cover of the Aqualung album had Aqualung, and it was not flattering.
And Billy Hamilton tonight, so far living up to your tip, your advice to the Pirates.
Yes, sir.
Chad
There's
Kuhl's
that backdoor slider.
And a nice night for Chad Kuhl. 5 shutout frames so far. 4-0 Pirates. The 6th-year umpire ejecting Billy Hamilton after he saw 3 called strikes and did not like what he was saying to him, and ejected after getting a couple of extra comments in. And this is where you've had enough. And Hamilton trying to get a little bit more in there. Brian Price, the manager, interceding. And
so we don't get a chance to have him get an 0 for 4.
Yeah.
Thanks, Billy. Appreciate it.
Well, 0 for tonight in his 3 trips. Maybe that's his 4th out, right? He's out of the game.
That's right. Yeah, 0 for 4 now.
So Patrick Kivlahan is the new center fielder.
Pirates with 4 runs and Chad Kuhl dealing right now. So Pirates lead 4-0. Put some points on the board and getting a strong start from Chad.
Frazier with a hit already tonight. Got 10 hits his last 19 at bats. Hamilton crossed off that list.
You know, take a look at the pitch. This is this backdoor breaking ball I'm talking about, and well, you got a call.
All 3 pitches were called strikes.
Yeah, well,
and 2
that probably had something to do with it. Yeah. Enough is enough. You know, one is bad, and then 2 is you're going to argue a little bit, and then 3 you're going to get tossed.
Yeah, 3rd one was very close to being a strike.
That was the best looking pitch.
A pixel away maybe, but the 1st one was well out. And Bill Miller last night had a little bit of angst against him. Umpires can't win, right?
Not very
Frazier called out on that pitch that was out of the zone. Tucker Barnhart said, yeah, you got it right there. Paul Blue.
That pitch missing.
They get the vast majority correct, and but on an occasion they'll miss one. And back in the early days of baseball, there were no umpires. The hitters would just call for a pitch where they wanted it. Pitchers would throw underhand, and the game has evolved. Frazier might have said devolved after that at bat, but I think we'd all beg to differ. Now McCutchen, if he's going to drive in another one, which he's done the first 2 times up, it'll have to be himself.
Well, Romano's given up 3 home runs, chasing breaking ball downstairs.
He was 24 in October. Gorgeous night here setting up.
We had a gorgeous sunset the first game of this series, but the game didn't match it. Tonight, pretty night, good looking ball game to this point. An evolving moon. It'll be, I think, full the 7th or 8th, heading in that direction.
McCutchen, the 2nd out here in the Pirates' 5th. RBI Baseball 2017 now out for Xbox One, PS4, iOS, and Android. You got fast-paced pick-up-and-play MLB action packed with all your favorite MLB teams, players, and more. Your breakout season is here, so you better come ready to play. All ages are welcome. Learn more at RBIGame.com.
Date night.
What a good spot. Come and sit outside. Maybe get a pierogi or 2.
Used to be just a dog and a beer. Now they got all kind of food around. You've got something for every appetite.
I'm old enough to remember when you come to the ballpark, there wasn't much else. Maybe a pretzel.
And the dogs were boiled. They were the perfect hot dog or ballpark hot dogs.
Now you got anything you want.
Go down to Yankee Stadium and just get a stick and go into that mustard and just give it a swipe, and you're ready to go.
Peanuts, popcorn, Cracker Jacks, sushi.
Get your cold beer here.
Kale salads. All the favorites.
Well, when they go to eggplant served at the ballpark,
oh yeah,
it's over for me.
Wow. Ooh, a base hit.
Off the glove. Hard hit. By the way, got a nice note, Joe, from a military man, Robert Fair. Served 2 tours in Afghanistan with the Army 82nd Airborne. So take a look at that base hit. And Robert stopped by with a bubblegum card and asked me to sign it. Thank me for what I've done. Hey, Robert, thank you for what you've done. Serving in the military, 2 tours in Afghanistan. Thank you. Kind of a theme night with the camo.
Oh, yeah.
Robert Fair. Those are the heroes. Robert, great to get a chance to meet you. Thank you.
Thanks for sharing that, Steve. Yeah, the Pirates on Thursdays here wearing that desert digital camouflage in a tribute to our military. David Freese tonight, 2 singles. Pirates with 8 hits off Romano. Tim Riggleman, Mac Jenkins flanking the manager Brian Price.
Jenkins, the pitching coach, Riggleman, the bench coach for Brian Price. Yep.
Big league skipper.
Yep. Hey, by the way, Arizona out in front of the Chicago Cubs currently. Did you see? 10-8.
That has been stalled many times because of rain.
Yeah.
Here, just perfect. Look at the lowdown. Milwaukee also a winner today over St. Louis. That Cubs game, the Cubs were down 4. They came back to take a lead, now trailing. Braves have upending the Dodgers yesterday. Dodgers have still won more than 70% of their games this year, on pace to win 114.
If they keep this kind of pace,
yeah, that's
well, that's not going to happen.
Well, that's pretty incredible.
It is. They're having a great year.
14-game lead over Arizona. Diamondbacks would be leading this division. In fact, the 3rd place team, Colorado, would be leading this division. In the Wild West. Freese called out on strikes. Well, the Pirates still up 4-0. The Maine. Our music that group coming to Stage AE on the 8th. Here tonight, the Pirates shutting out the Reds so far 4-0. Chad Kuhl has pitched brilliantly. Has been in command.
Closing in on his high strikeout number. He's chalked up 7, I think, at least once. He's within one of that.
Back at first start after the All-Star break. 2 strikes for every ball. I love that ratio. Getting some weak contact 3 times from Winker tonight. And the one time he was really in a pickle, that was first and second, nobody out in the 4th inning. Got the next 3 men twice on strikeouts. So Kuhl is stayed cool.
And we talk about him maturing as a major league pitcher. You get in a jam, you pitch your way out of it, and not only pitching your way out of it, but very impressively with the 2 strikeouts. You go to the whip. Still got something left in that back pocket when you're surrounded by Redlegs.
And is not allowed an extra base hit. Votto has been on base twice. One of the top on base men in the league. 427 coming in. That has gone up. But Kuhl has taken care of the left-handed batters tonight. They're 2 for 12 against him with those 2 singles. So we were talking about it earlier about how that has been, you know, really as the calendar turned to July, Kuhl has kind of taken another step forward. And now instead of the lefties really torching him. I mean, it was a rough go of it for Kuhl. Now it's become a plus for him.
Yeah, you got to convince yourself you're good enough to go in there on him.
Even against a guy like Votto.
Everybody. Yep. It's breaking scar tissue. I mean, it's a tough thing for you to go all the way across the strike zone in some cases with a breaking ball and get it far enough in to tie him up.
And with Chad Kuhl, you know, the thing that Clint Hurdle had been saying as he walks Votto here, but he wants Kuhl, Trevor Williams, these young pitchers to just keep improving. They're not really focused so much on, you know, the statistics. They'll all end up at the end of the year, paraphrasing what Clint said, but just going out and improving. And we're seeing that from Trevor Williams. We're seeing that from Chad Kuhl get a little bit better as the year goes on. Ray Searage has worked, of course, very closely with them. But tonight, 36 major league start for Chad Kuhl, about a year's worth, maybe a touch more of major league action. A young pitcher getting better. And tonight against the Reds.
Very good.
Yeah. No one past second.
Worked into the 6th inning last time out against the Padres in a no decision. 5 1/3, just 2 runs given up.
And there was a stretch there where he was on the edge of setting a major league record for the most 5-inning or fewer starts in a row. And now we're starting to see, like you said, you know, he's working into the 6th, into the 7th, completing the 7th. We've seen that at least pitching into the 6th inning in his last 7 starts, except for that one start. Remember, he got called upon to fill in an emergency basis for Jameson Taillon right before the All-Star break. So,
and that was a good decision, as the Pirates got 10 runs in the first inning of it.
He's pitching on 2 days rest. We'll give him a pass for that.
Call on me, teacher.
Yeah. Underneath it, with Frazier playing on the left side of the infield, he had to go a long way, but Bell, an easier play for him. So 2 gone here in the Cincinnati 6th. And Sunday is a kids' day here as the Pirates and Padres will meet up at 1:35. Come on out early. Visit the #1 Cochran Family Fun Zone out on Federal Street. All kids 14 and younger taking home this Pirates backpack thanks to Chevron. And then after the game, kids can run the bases on the field. That's courtesy of the original Pizza Logs. Go to pirates.com/kidsdays.
You can have some pizza.
Get your juice. Right now, Nancy calls any liquid juice. So drinks her milk, it's juice.
Yeah.
Dad after a ball game.
Yep. So
My
your
daughter
daughter's
thinks
the vocabulary.
I'm drinking juice.
Yeah. How old is Nancy now?
20 months.
20 months.
Saying some words now. The new one is no.
Took that long?
Yeah, that one is coming out a lot all of a sudden. Jeanette. Out toward the gap, but hanging up there for Marte. Chad Kuhl. 1 out walk. That's it. He has shut down the Reds through 6. And the Pirates lead 4-0. Just a base hit. Marte testing Duvall's arm, trying to move from first to third. He ends up scoring on that errant throw, an error. And the Pirates get an early run. And Andrew McCutchen cashing in the second one with that ground out. His first of 2 runs batted in. He'd have another his next time up with that base hit, scoring Marte, who led off the inning, getting aboard again. And David Freese later on in the inning with a base hit, scoring McCutchen. The Pirates had a 4-0 lead for Chad Kuhl, and he has kept the Pirates in command all night long. On our UPMC scoreboard, it is 4-0 as we start the bottom of the 6th.
Romano has weathered the storm. This game's certainly not out of control. It's a 4-0 lead. Nothing wrong with adding on a little bit. So far for Romano, not any of the control problems we saw. You know, it was not a huge sampling, 22 innings, 17 walks coming in, but that ratio gets your attention. But, has he walked anybody? He has not walked a batter tonight.
Yeah, it's kind of
why he's still in the ball game.
Yeah, an aberration. You know, last year in Pensacola AA ball, walked 2 men per 9 innings. That's a good number. So first throws of the big leagues. Well, we just like we were talking about, you know, Chad Kuhl pitching to lefties. Romano, I mean, in his first 5 major league starts, maybe not having the confidence yet.
Yeah,
very few pitchers, I'm sure, do.
Getting his feet on the ground. Yeah.
There's Kuhl. Ray Searage looking on tonight. Got a smile when there's a 0 up for the opposition. Enjoying the action tonight. Knocked out to center. Kivlahan measuring it on the track.
Almost got on the board. On our list of people we wanted to have good nights tonight, Polanco almost gets it out of here.
Ringing out to start. And a look on the lowdown. Point Park brings it to us. Paul Goldschmidt tonight, 3 home runs. Driving in 6 against the Cubs, and Arizona with Fernando Rodney on. Trying to lock it down against Chicago. And the Cubs tweeting out that they promised not to pitch to Goldschmidt tomorrow. Yeah, he's one of the game's best.
So that's the lowdown, because it's low down in the left-hand corner.
Well, I wasn't in on the board meetings on that, but I would think that's probably.
See, I'm on this tech stuff. You know, just give me some time to work with you. I'll get you right up to speed on all this.
Yeah.
I'll give you the lowdown, no matter where they put it. One of our new AT&T
If we were at the top
teachers,
of the screen, it would be the
up down.
Up down.
Yeah.
Shattered bat. That won't work.
They used to split up and down. Now they break in half.
That hardened wood. A lot of times that's the maple. Not sure what Jordy uses specifically, but
you won't use that one anymore. It's got to be a weird feeling in your hands after that. The big part of the bat heads out to the infield. That's not like some of the spears. Some of them break and they stick right in the grass.
Like a jart.
Jarts, yeah. What a great game. Throw spears at each other.
Yeah. Well, you try to avoid each other.
Yeah, well, you hope it works.
Godson hit me in the foot last year. That wasn't fun. Mercer lining out for the second out. So the Pirates relatively quiet since that third inning. Romano settling in a bit, though his pitch count nearing that vaunted century mark. And so Kevin Shackelford back up.
Oh, looking out over the foliage.
Stewart tonight 0 for 2.
But working very nicely with his young right-hand starter.
Those two, when they've hooked up, they've had a lot of success. Cool. This is his 5th start in his career throwing to Stewart, and Cool's ERA in the low 2s when Stewart catches. I don't know how much stock to put in the catcher's ERA, especially if it's only 5 starts, but so far so good.
I don't put much. I don't pay much attention to that. I do pay attention to the fact it's nice to have a veteran catcher catch a young pitcher.
And with Cervelli, very much the same with his prowess. Not starting for the last couple of days. And that's got to help Ray Searage. I mean, I think veteran catchers who have been through it, they know the league. 1 to 5 to 3.
Pinball.
And went around the horn. And the Pirates down in the 6th. Mr. Cool has made it look easy tonight.
Little highlight reel for Chad as he works into the 7th inning. He's been in the 7th inning a couple times.
They're having some fun tonight.
They are having some fun.
And a base hit for Suarez to start the 7th.
Chad is working up toward that 100 pitch level.
Just 4 hits for the Reds tonight, all singles. And just in case, A.J. Schugel starting to loosen.
The night of the young right-handers.
Baraja 0 for 2. And had a double, maybe even a triple stolen by McCutchen on a long running play back in the 2nd inning.
Good
tracking
long
that down.
pursuit.
Yeah,
yep.
Right center near the wall.
Long way for it. Full flight.
He shaded out that way now. This time more to straightaway. And the first out. And Chad Kuhl tonight, you know, there's been a few hard hit balls, but most of them soft contact off the end of the bat, getting underneath it, some ground outs, some strikeouts. It's been a pretty smooth outing for Kuhl.
Very, very solid. Very solid. You can't say that, boy, they really hit the ball hard, but right at people. That's not the case tonight. So, good results from good work.
Number 8 hitter Tucker Barnhart, 1 out of 2 tonight.
More comfort in terms of the 2nd out.
Routine flyout and a quick at bat.
You think Tucker could do some sponsor some commercials for Carhartt? Barnhart for Carhartt?
Yeah, perhaps.
Popular.
No, he likes to get outdoors a little bit in his native Indiana.
Well, he's got the beard. He's got the outdoor look.
And now the native of Punxsutawney coming up. Devin Mesoraco, first time we see him in the series. He's been battling injury over the last several years and was healthy, but sore right knee got taken out of the game Saturday. Very good hitting catcher through the years, but there, a quick out. Chad Kuhl.
Good, Chad.
Dispatching the Reds on 5 pitches in that 7th inning. Let's stretch. 4-0 Buccos.
And by Day Automotive, we're gonna make your day. Let's go Bucks!
It's been a gorgeous night. It's been a fun night as well, as the Pirates have cruised, leading 4-0. And Kuhl, what a way to end his outing tonight with that 5-pitch 7th inning.
Tidy.
Just a
well done.
Smooth sailing. equaling a career best with 7 innings. And he never pitched 7 shutout innings in any of his starts.
This
best start of his career.
Yeah, that would say it all. Reason for a smile. And some juice in terms of water.
First Pirates game shaping up to be a good one.
Bring on the signs.
Well, getting counsel from the veteran catcher Cervelli. New pitcher for the Reds, new hitter, batting for Cool as well.
Yeah, we were talking about the recent cycles for the Pirates. John Jaso, most recent Pirate with a cycle.
He wants to be off the cycle that he's on right now. Hitless in his last 34. And he walked, though, yesterday as a pinch hitter. He has still been able to get on. He has not had a lot of bad at bats. So it kind of snuck up on us, I think, when we go, well, wait a minute. He has not had a hit in almost a month. But yet, still stays level-headed. Still stays with his same approach. And there breaks the streak.
Streaks in.
And John Jaso stays cool and calm as ever.
Teammates relating to that, they're aware of those kind of things.
Oh, let's stay out of the Pirates history books with that right there. So Hal Finney. His name will stay atop that dubious list. And Jaso, yeah, you can enjoy it. But he's, you know, give him credit. He has kept with what he has done that led him to be very successful in that stretch. After his 0 for 18 to start the year, and after that 0 for 34, he hit 285 in between and came through with some very important hits.
Kevin Shackelford just making his 4th appearance, was brought up Saturday to take the place of Zach Cozart on the DL. Romano went 6 innings, giving up 4 runs, 8 hits, did not walk a batter, struck out 3. He's on the hook. Haven't used that phrase since the Pirates came home.
Focus bat, but got another hit tonight. 3 for Starling Marte. And let's go back to our studios. Rob King checking in with a game break.
Second baseman, Adam Frazier.
Oh, good. They made him suffer on top of everything for time.
You don't see Wade Davis give up too many home runs.
But
5 now in the last 4 seasons combined.
But you see Goldschmidt hit a lot of them.
Yeah, that's if you're going to give up one, don't feel so bad about that. Pirates looking to add on with 2 men on, nobody out.
Let's add on, just for the heck of it, just in case.
Cracked out to left, Duvall playing in. He can't get it though, base hit. And the base is full of buccos with nobody out. 2 hits tonight for Adam Frazier.
Well, a couple little drop shots, one by Jaso, now this little drop shot by Adam Frazier. They all count. Andrew McCutcheon dropped a little ball into right center. That counted. And the Pirates in business. Love to see him break it open.
A nice approach.
Yeah, you don't want to hit the ball that softly, but sometimes it works out for you.
11 hits. Pirates with 10 of those being singles, but bunching them together.
And welcome to Kevin Shackelford.
I love his signs tonight. He's McLovin McCutcheon. Andrew tonight has driven in a pair tonight. Batting with the bases loaded. Infield in halfway. And now Shackelford ahead 2 strikes. 4th major league game for Mr. Shackelford.
Is Andrew still looking for his first grand slam? Hello.
His last extra base hit with the bases loaded came in June of 2012. He says sometimes he thinks about this situation. It's on his mind. He said, quote, "I do think about it. Sometimes maybe it gets in my head when the bases are loaded. It just hasn't happened. It's so weird, but it hasn't," end quote. So even a great hitter like McCutchen may put a little extra pressure on himself. But here with a 4-run lead, it's all extra. Now the count even.
Yeah, the plot thickens now as the at bat is extended. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
John Jaso breaking up that 0 for 34 with a base hit to start things. Pinch hitting. Marte, his 3rd hit tonight, he singled. Frazier with his 2nd hit, he singled. And he strikes out on the foul tip.
Fastball upstairs.
Well, he'll get one eventually. He's hit 197 career home runs, the most in baseball without a career grand slam.
In that, the high breaking ball, then a couple of perfectors thrown by Shackelford. Good take, another good take. Now we go upstairs, 95-mile-an-hour heat, and Shackelford gets him.
That'll be the only out Shackelford records tonight. Pitching change here in Pittsburgh.
Presented by the authority of the Pittsburgh Pirates and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Pittsburgh Pirates.
Fun night and a pretty one here on the banks of the Allegheny. 4-0 Pirates here in the 7th. Threatening with the bases full. And now the left-hander Wandy Peralta will be asked to turn around Josh Bell here.
6 home runs given up by Wandy. Just saying. Just bring it up.
Bell has hit a grand slam. A couple of singles tonight. Infield halfway.
98 miles an hour. Thank you very much.
Pretty good numbers with the bases full.
We need more cowbell. Nothing's going to stop the fever. But more cowbell, Christopher Walken.
I love it.
That's great.
This guy's got some good signs tonight.
Yeah, sign night at the ballpark. Maybe that's what we needed.
And Dentist tonight, as we learned.
Dentist, yes.
But mostly sign.
You and I share the same dentist, I think.
I haven't gone there yet, but
Okay. All right.
sooner or later I'll go.
Give John Haspel another shot. He's a good man, good friend. We've been going to that family of dentists since 1972.
1-2 to Bell. Out to short right. And Jaso's going to try to score. And he will. And Marte is safe, trying to advance. And the Pirates have another 5-0. Votto cut it, thinking he might be able to get Marte, but he advances as well.
Just deep enough, just barely deep enough. John will take off from third base, and the drama ends with a cutoff, and the drama ends at third base as Marte gets in before the tag.
Great
Pirates
look on
do add on.
our Allegheny Health Network Supermo. Great look at that. Just enough speed. That run charged to Shackelford. So men at the corners with 2 away.
Still in business.
Freeze with 2 singles tonight, drove in a run. Had a 2-out RBI last night. Trying to make Chad Kuhl a winner tonight. 7 shutout innings on 4 singles.
It's amazing how much better things go when the other team doesn't score.
Well, the Pirates all-time undefeated. Didn't even have to look that up.
Chad there with Abraham Lincoln. That's honest, Abe. Heat.
If you're not throwing 95 plus out of a bullpen, it's pretty unusual these days. Some of that has to do with the way that the pitchers are measured now. PitchCast measures it right as the ball is released from the hand. So everybody's velocities are up a little bit, but the arms aren't better. There are more arms that are throwing harder. David Freese turns that around.
Yep.
2-out RBI single, 6-0 Pirates.
Mid-season form for David Freese as he goes to right field. That's a kind of a signature base hit, and a good night for the Pirate third baseman.
And perhaps good night to the Reds. Well, after all the pain that the Reds have inflicted upon these Pirates throughout this season, this one feels good tonight. Now Polanco, who hit one out to the warning track in center his last time. Eleven of the 12 hits have come from the top 5 men in the Pirates order this evening. The only hit among the bottom 4, Jaso's pinch hit single this inning. So they've been able to bunch them together. Freese with 3 of those hits. Frazier ahead of him with 2 hits tonight. Marte with 3 hits and 3 runs scored. And the Pirates pick up 2 more here in the 7th. And a 6-0 lead.
Done. Summertime is ours to ride.
That's Good Brother Earl, who will be our featured performer this week on Friday Night Rocks. And the Pirates taking on the Padres tomorrow night. You can hear more from Good Brother Earl and some of the best bands in the burg on Friday Night Rocks, presented by IC Light. Here in the City of Champions, 6-0 Pirates.
Some serious ice cream right there.
Fun night here tonight. David Freese with 3 hits. A lot of activity for the Bucks on the bases. Very little for the Reds, thanks to a strong outing from Chad Kuhl tonight. 7 scoreless. Best outing of his career.
No doubt.
Patrick Kivlahan, who came in for the ejected Billy Hamilton. And Winker and Votto against A.J. Schugel.
Whole different vibe in the ballpark tonight.
Andrew Jeffrey has had a nice go of it so far. Starting the year in AAA after a good campaign up for most of the year last year. Kivlahan taking over for Hamilton. And Steve, you wanted that spot to be 0 for 4 tonight, and
0 for 5 now.
Yeah, I guess it worked. So leadoff man gone, and look at our Nissan road ahead as the Padres come to town for their visit. The ex-Cub Travis Wood starts against Ivan Nova, the rookie Lamet against Cole, and then Clayton Richard against Jameson Tyone in the finale. All the action for you 6:30 Friday and Saturday, 1 o'clock on Sunday here on AT&T Sportsnet. There's Mr. Nova. Took the eye black patches off as nightfall set in. He was having some fun as Pirates got things going here. He was once a Padre for spring training. Rule 5 pick years ago, and then returned to the Yankees at the end of spring. Winker 0 for 3 tonight. They finally solved him to this point. Homering in the first 2 games of this series, nearly hitting a second one on Tuesday.
Getting the best of that hat, I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
Getting the upper hand.
Need some good seats. Look at the action. Seeing the kids behind the netting tonight too reminded me of how the Pirates have extended the netting this year, and really seamlessly, because it is so thin and is a new netting, and fans have said nothing but good things about it. And when you got kiddos, maybe you got an elderly loved one, or you just don't want to deal with looking at every pitch, maybe you want to look at your phone half the night, you have the option to still be in a good spot down low, and you don't have to worry. So nice job for the Pirates. And here a 1-out walk.
So we give the official numbers for Chad Kuhl, 7 scoreless. We got that. 4 hits, a couple of walks, 7 strikeouts.
Very good night for Kuhl.
Keeping score like Uncle Steve. Starting to yawn a little bit.
With pencil.
That's right.
Now does he have the
No, you got to qualify to get Pearl.
Yeah, that's your handy dandy eraser. Fraser smartly gets a sure out up 6 here in the 8th.
Yep.
It's funny how everybody keeps score differently too. There is a standard way to keep score, I guess, in baseball, but you know, I think we're running out of the baseline there. And then, is he all right?
Not the prettiest slide.
Kind of rounded.
Didn't start out well and didn't end well. That trip to second base.
I think he was thinking that Frazier might try to throw down, instead electing to go to first. Duvall with one of the 4 hits, all singles by the Reds tonight. The Reds have not advanced past second base. Frazier playing up the middle. Ball pulls it on the ground. That's the second baseman. When you first start playing the game, right? When you go out and take the field when you're 5 years old, you're told to play second base. At least I was, you know, and I thought that's where you're supposed to stand.
Stand on second base.
Stand right at second base. Long and loud, but an out. And the Reds taken care of in the 8th. Pirates coming to bat. 6-0. when to talk and when to listen. I think we all need to figure that one out. Bottom of the 8th coming up. Pirates with a 6-0 advantage.
Zach Gosart on the DL.
The All-Star having a fine year, but on the shelf for the time being for Cincinnati. One-time Pirate farmhand Blake Wood.
Fourth Cincinnati pitcher of the year: Romano, Shackelford, Peralta, Wood. Peralta going 2/3 of an inning.
Jordy tonight 0 for 3.
Left out of the party.
So far, got a chance here.
Yeah.
Why not?
He joins the party. And he's going to join it with extra bases. He's going to join it with the thought of 3, but properly shutting it down at 2. Welcome to the party, Jordy.
Mercer tied for the team lead with 4 triples, but he'll settle with a 2-base hit there.
Upstairs, makes him pay. Catches the gap to right center field with some authority.
So 13 hits for the Pirates tonight.
Even a couple extra base hits. What, 2 doubles? Marte, Mercer.
18th double overall for Mercer.
So you can send the invite to Chris Stewart for the party.
Lined one off the pitcher's glove his last time, but was still retiring. Winker was playing shallow. So that's a routine play for him. So 1 man gone to the Pirates' 8th. And the Pirates continuing this homestand tomorrow night. They'll welcome in the San Diego Padres for a 3-game set. Ivan Nova going for the Buccos against Travis Wood. And our coverage here on AT&T Sportsnet begins at 6:30 with Pirates pregame presented by WB Mason. Pirates hope to wrap this one up tonight, take 1 of 3, and then maybe this is the game that gets them back up to that, kind of the all phases of the game stretch that we saw earlier. Osuna pinch hitting for Schugel, and he's the second out. So Schugel offers a scoreless inning tonight. Mercer still stuck at second.
Oh, Starling, have yourself a night as you take a look at Neverauskas.
Yeah, Dovadas back up for his 3rd stint.
Neverauskas, who's going to be coming into this ball game?
We've got a camera there. You can cheat. Marte. He is the final out here in the Pirates' 8th inning. We go to the 9th. Pirates bidding for a shutout, up 6-0.
Sportsnet is brought to you by Barrel. Check out the Barrel Hot list at barrel.com. Now the only way to buy a car. And by Levin's, the official furniture and mattress supplier to the Pittsburgh Pirates. For the best quality, service, and value, shop Levin's. Let's go Bucks!
Ninth inning, and the Pirates going for the whitewash. Trying to blank the Reds tonight. 6-0. It's been fun for all. Dovydas Neverauskas trying to wrap it up.
4th appearance overall for the Bucks.
Since being reassigned in mid-June, taking over as the closer down in Indy and offering an ERA of 2. Opponents hitting 200 in those 15 games, so having a nice year at AAA. One pitch, and if Mercer can corral it, 1 out. Jeanette 0 for 4. And Neverauskas, as we talk about often, out of Lithuania, and grew up there, and the first player born and raised for there. But what we may be talking about more very soon is his pitching. He's ascended to being a good relief prospect. Sub-3 ERA in Indy. ERA in the low 3s between Altoona and Indy last year. Working in late relief. And throws hard. 97 right there.
Enough big shoulders to spell out the whole last name in the back of that uniform.
Yeah, probably couldn't have been a second baseman, right, with that name?
I remember, I always think of that sort of thing when we saw a young reliever come up with the St. Louis Cardinals back in the day, Larry Backenhaster, and he was only about 5'9", and it looked like his name circled. You didn't know where it started and ended on the back of the uniform or on the number.
That's when you call the guy Pockets, right? That's where the name starts and stops.
Yeah, we had a Van Landingham.
William Van Landingham.
Yeah.
13-letter surname, bested only by Jared Saltalamacchia.
Saltalamacchia.
Longest last name. Here just 6 for Peraza. Nice and easy.
I played in the minor leagues with a guy named Mort Eck. EK. That's what we call him, Mort EK.
Quickly 2 gone.
Mort Eck.
That would make Ed Ott blush.
Yeah, that's blew him out of the water. Yep.
So the Pirates are out away from shutting out the Reds. Last 3 shutouts, all caught by Chris Stewart, who's back behind the dish again tonight. Pirates' last shutout on Independence Day in Philly.
Once again, not ever knowing what's going to happen after they play the anthem. Disappointment in the first 2 games, but much better tonight.
Complete effort for the Pirates tonight. They get the out and they get the shutout. A 6-0 victory as the bullpen of Schugel and Neverauskas, the big bats tonight. Marte with 3 hits and 3 runs scored. David Freese with 3 hits and a couple of RBIs tonight. And Chad Kuhl, his best outing as a Pirate. 7 scoreless this evening.
And we have a complete baseball game played by the Pittsburgh Pirates tonight on a Thursday night, and I hope we can pick it up against the San Diego Padres. So we stopped the hemorrhaging, we got the bad odor out of the ballpark, and this is a good win and maybe a nice springboard into a great weekend in the city of Pittsburgh. The Pittsburgh Pirates and the regatta and the whole thing going on. We could have a lot of fun. and got to earn it. But nice ball game tonight.
And start to maybe something better here for the Pirates. 6-0. They beat the Reds here tonight. And to talk this one over, let's go out to Robin Teak.
Joe and Steve, thank you very much. And Teak, a good performance, as the guy said, all the way around. Some good defensive plays behind Chad Kuhl, some good offense in support of Chad Kuhl, and lots of Chad Kuhl.
Yeah, and we've been talking for about a week now about how poorly the Pirates have been playing in a whole lot of different phases of the ball game. Tonight, they got all those corrected and got them all going in the right direction. A good, solid, major league effort by the Pirates tonight turns into a very comfortable win.
The top of the order in particular, very effective tonight. The top 5 guys all either had multi-hits or multi-RBIs, including David Freese, who had multi-both, and Adam Frazier, one of those guys, helping to get things going for the Pirates, is standing by with Robbie and Svikowski.
Yeah, Rob, that's Adam Frazier. You mentioned what the top 5 guys in the lineup did tonight. Spectacular. What were you guys doing at the top 5 of the lineup, Adam, to help set the tone offensively?
Just trying to attack early.
Wah, wah, wah. He missed. Josh Bell is not happy with himself right now.
Now, Marte set the tone early. We just kind of built off the first inning error and kept the pressure on them.
Kind of been a season of runs for this team in terms of what they've been able to do. Get hot, not so hot, get hot. You lose 8 of 10. How does this team stay level-headed?
Well, we know we got a new game each day, so whatever happens, just put it on the back burner and come back again the next day and come to work and try to get a win.
You're batting .422 since the All-Star break. What has worked offensively for you after a slow stretch leading into it?
Just try not to do too much and stick to that, and it's been working out. So, try to keep plugging along.
Thank you, Adam Frazier.
Thank you.
How about it for Adam Frazier and the Buccos coming away victorious? They salvage a game of this 3-game set, Rob, against the Cincinnati Reds. And the San Diego Padres coming to town tomorrow for the weekend.
Well, you never know when good things will start happening for the team. They had that hot stretch obviously cooled off. Maybe it's time to get back on another hot stretch. It'd be nice if the offense could continue doing what it's doing, and the pitching, led by Chad Kuhl tonight, can keep doing what it's doing. See, he's gotten better every month throughout the course of this season.
He has, and he started off with a little bit of a struggle. April, May was a little bit better. June, July by far his best month, and obviously starting off August on a great note. 7 shutout innings for Chad Kuhl tonight. He was very consistent with his stuff, able to move it around. All the things that he needs to do to be able to pitch a solid major league game, he was right on top of tonight in spades.
So Chad Kuhl helps the Pirates to end this losing streak as they win by the final score of 6-0, snapping the Reds' winning streak at 3 in a row as well. Coming up on Pirates Postgame presented by the Allegheny Health Network, we'll have highlights from his complete performance by the Pirates. We'll check back in with Joe and Steve to talk more about Chad Kuhl, a discussion begun with Teak and Steve in the pregame show. You'll hear from manager Clint Hurdle and much more coming up on Pirates Postgame presented by the Allegheny Health Network.